What's actually happening in the brain for a child, or an adult for that matter, who has ADHD? We have peer-reviewed research published in the Journal of Mental Health and Clinical Psychology that actually shows that when you look at what's called a cognitive profile for an individual with ADHD, that actually attention is not the lowest cognitive skill, which is a little bit shocking because, well, isn't ADHD attention deficit? Isn't it all about attention? Yes, but it's important to understand why there's an attention issue, because actually, when someone struggles with attention, the issue is not usually attention. So what I mean is that when you look at other weak skills that are lower than attention, typically, they're usually areas like processing speed, working memory, can be auditory processing. Why does that matter? It matters because if you're approaching and trying to improve your child's attention skills without addressing the root cause, you're just accommodating it and not really getting to the root issue. So how does that work? So let me just explain. Let me just take processing speed, for example. When a child has low processing speed, and this was actually my own daughter, why we opened the center, who was diagnosed with ADHD years ago and struggled with low processing speed, her brain, when she had to do an academic task, had to work so hard. It required so much mental effort for her to read a book or listen to a lecture or follow multi-step functions that she could not maintain that high level of energy. And what would happen over time is she would then get distracted, or she couldn't sustain the energy or the focus. So it appeared to be an attention issue because she's off task. But what was actually happening underneath or in her brain is she wasn't able to process fast enough, and her brain had to work so hard she couldn't maintain the level of energy. So the key for Katie was to strengthen her processing speed, and this is true of so many students we work with. So if you want to learn more about ADHD and what's happening, give us a call. If you really want to go deeper and understand your own child's brain, call us to schedule an assessment. If you mention this video, we'll take $100 off of that, and it would only be $99 for that initial assessment. And that is well worth it because you're going to leave knowing why your child's struggling.